Hello, and welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Nerdarchist Ted, and tonight I'm joined by all these fine nerds. We are short one nerd tonight, but we were going to press on and play anyway. We got our friends Carlos, Robin, and Bobby with us here. Of course, Nerdarchist Ted is going to be our Zookeeper tonight. You can find links to everyone down in the description below. And with that, I'm just going to throw it to the Zookeeper.
So we find ourselves yet again within Furton City. Last time we had some good and some bad that happened with our illustrious mob here, trying to get one step closer to making connection to one Bunny Malone. You did some legwork, you did some research, and you made a contact. And while you didn't quite get to Bunny Malone yet, you did get to Clyde, who had a job for you and said, tonight you have to make your way to the Velvet Burrow, get yourself into the game of cards, and find Ricky Slimpalls, the raccoon, who has a book. Now, the book is going to look like any old regular book, but it's got a hidden ledger within it that could have some doctored numbers or some things that could look really bad for Bunny Malone. If you can get it and either destroy it and have proof that it's destroyed, or bring it back to Clyde or Bunny, then she will agree to meet you. Now, Clyde says that Bunny's a top-notch lady, and just getting the job done will secure you the meeting. But she's the kind of gal that likes a little bit of icing on the cake. There's always things that you can do to sweeten the deal and incur a little bit of, well-to-do with the one who's looking to run Scarborough. So taking some top-notch liquor while you're here, whether you straight up buy it and present it as a gift, or you nick it, Clyde says he don't care. But coming back with something from the Velvet Burrow specifically for Bunny would go a long way to helping out your cause. Now, you're not going to be able to just walk in and nick it off of this raccoon. You're going to have to ingratiate yourself and really get to know some of these gamblers. Because it's possible that Ricky, as sly as he is, might have more than one book on him. But if he's only got one book and you nick it, he's going to know that something's up. So it's probably best to have something to slip in its place so that when you do get it, he's none the wiser that you've made off with his prize.
Perfect. At least we
I
have a
know we
for.
don't. What was that?
So perfect. At least we have a forger that's not here with us right now.
So when I drafted all of
Mhm.
this, I was under the impression that your forger would be here. So I'm
Oh,
going to either and I'll let the group decide. We can just say that they take care of it, and you're able to get a book, or we can leave it up to the dice and see what they were able to concoct in the short time that you had.
I mean, I have a third option if anyone wants to hear me, and I know we're probably gonna do either one or two, but I have material to make Molotov. If it's gone, and they assume it's gone because of an unfortunate fire accident.
The job is a heist, not a blow up the burrow.
I am in favor of rolling the dice and seeing what happens, because if something goes wrong, then we have the opportunity to have to fix it.
Okay.
And that's interesting.
Kind of feel like Rosa would like what's your character's name again, Carlos? It's,
Boomer.
Boomer. I think Rosa would like Boomer's idea, but Dave says roll the dice.
Carlos, I opened up with a preamble saying we're probably going to do option 1 or 2 for a reason.
Yeah, I like the dice idea
This
too.
was the idea was already thrown out there about blowing stuff up, and Clyde specifically said that would guarantee not only Bunny not meeting you, but it would incur her wrath.
All right, well then let the dice speak.
All right, so who's gonna roll?
Okay,
The one that suggested. Oh, go ahead, Steven. Or Bobby.
sure. I will go for it. Let's see.
All right, so you are rolling for sugar. So go ahead and roll and add roll the dice and add 2.
Everyone, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Don't be sorry. This is what I wanted.
I got a 5. So
Okay.
no
5 is
losses.
All right, so
Oh,
There are
5 total.
doubles. Oh wait, we add 2 though, right?
yes.
So it's 7 with doubles, no losses.
All right, so that's success with consequences, with doubles. So that's not bad.
I got double ones. So, and one of the ones was
so-
the enemy die. So
So it's a minus 1 forward, and you get to give a +1 forward.
Okay.
Now, technically, Sugar was rolling this.
yeah.
Give you the choice, Bobby, since you offered to roll the dice, and Sugar's not here tonight. Are you passing the -1 to Jezi,
No.
or are you going to take it?
I will take it.
All right.
I will take it.
Good.
And I think it makes the most sense to give the +1 forward to Jonas, because Jonas has been chilling with his hubby and has been
All right.
recuperating. So he's probably got like all of the mental state to do this.
Sure. So Sugar, heads back, given the information that was given to you, and hastily doctors up a book. Now it's a hasty situation. You have very little information on what kind of cipher is being used, what kind of book is supposed to they'll be picked up. But you have a book that looks like a regular book, and there's some stuff inside. Whether or not it's good enough to pass off as a ledger, whether it's, got anything that matches the cipher that this raccoon is using, you'll have to wait and see. But you've got something that, for the time being, is going to pass off exactly the way you want it to.
Perfect.
So, who is trying to locate Jonas, who has so far been kind of chilling out at home?
Well, I think that's got to be Tumbleweed, because Tumbleweed like randomly shows up on their doorstep and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's valid. Because I sure have been doing that.
So is Tumbleweed and Jonas? Do you guys live close together, and that's why this happens often?
I'm gonna let Robin choose that.
I mean, I think that would make some kind of sense. Like, we're both arid creatures. Oh, we're not in a zoo, though. But you get neighborhoods, you get like ethnic neighborhoods, so maybe we're in like an arid animal neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, do you want it to be within close proximity or like same building?
Ooh. Same building could be interesting, because that raises the question, did you live here before we started doing crimes together? And I could be side-eyeing that a little bit.
Ooh. Yeah, I dig that.
All right. So these are the fun things to kind of try and figure out and see what's going on. So all right, Tumbleweed, take it away.
He'll be like, he'll probably start by just knocking on the door,
Yeah, so like after a minute the door opens. There is no big lion standing in front of you. You look down, little fennec fox. Yes.
We've got I've got some errands that I need for us to run today. And some of them include this book, and he will show the book that Sugar has made.
I'm gonna like look it over. This is pretty decent. Not that I would know otherwise.
It looks like a regular book. I mean, if you want to put your peepers to work and see whether you can see if there's some kind of cipher or anything to figure out, but I mean, you would have to be like seriously examining it.
I don't think that Joe knows enough to be able to figure that out, so I'm going to forego this roll.
Okay. So as far as you are aware, Tumbleweed says, you got an errand that's involving a book. No real clues have kind of come across in that sentence, other than it's Tumbleweed, so something's got to be something.
So what exactly are we doing with this?
He will kind of like peek in the doorway to see if the lion is anywhere in sight. Is the lion anywhere in sight?
I'm gonna go with no, unless the DM is intruding upon me.
I'll be kind here and say that whatever you were doing together, whether it be sitting together having a conversation or what have you, he's in the back room. You've come forward to answer the door.
So
I'll step outside and close the door behind me so we won't be overheard.
So we need to go to the Velvet Place. What was it again, Ted?
The Velvet Burrow.
The Velvet Burrow, where we are going to not borrow but return this book and borrow another book. And he kind of smiles with that grandpa, like, I just made a joke smile. A very rare sight for him. And he'll kind of like gesture with his head. I can fill you in on more of the details on the way.
I will be right back. And I will pop back in. I will let my spouse know that I am headed off with the guys. I will probably tell him that we're going to play poker.
So, he would warn you, don't do anything crazy, and you know how the cops feel about gambling. So, try to just have fun.
Will do.
And as we're walking on our way out, Arthur will just kind of like side mouth to Jonas and say, "I hope you got your poker face for tonight."
I'm, pretty good at that.
All right, and we'll head out to the Velvet Burrow.
All right, so this is technically, the start of a job. So if anyone has any start of the job abilities that you would like to roll, now is the time.
Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8. And I add my magnetism. Is that correct? Well, I roll magnetism like I roll. What's the stat? Yeah, so right now I'm just gonna say 8 because that's what I see on the dice right now. Sorry, John. Roll magnetism plus. Nope, I'm lying. So it's gonna be a 7.
It's gonna be a 7. All right. So what does that say? For your options on your ride.
I may procure any of the previous or motorcycle, moped, hang glider, or hot air balloon.
All right. So I'll give you the option of you can get a bike with a sidecar or a small sedan that's a little beat up.
Black. Possibly, something for like not to be seen. I mean, I kind of knew last job had to be flashy and whatnot, but now I'm being secret agent man mode.
Okay. So you're going with the beat up sedan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody else have starter job abilities?
I do not.
Okay.
Robin, I think you might.
Oh goodness, I will have to dig to check.
No, I mean you don't. If there's something that comes up and you realize, you should have done that. We can always just circle back to it. It's not a big deal.
Okay, yeah, let's keep moving, and I will let you know if there was.
All right. So
I can tell you right now.
Okay, please.
Tools of the trade. At the beginning of a job, you can access a hidden weapons cache.
Oh, cool.
Roll plus slide.
All right, so we're D12s.
Yep.
Okay.
Bobby, you always
10.
pick the best music.
all right. So
10.
is that 2 or 3 pieces of gear?
That is get a hold of what you need.
All right. So is there anything specific that you are looking for that you feel is going to be necessary for getting into a fancy speakeasy to go gambling?
All right, so does this like have to be a weapon or a piece of protective gear?
Look at the.
While you're looking that up, I'm just gonna say
it says hidden weapon cache. So if you've got something that you can flavor accordingly, into that niche.
An iron fan.
Okay, all right.
Is it
It's
sharp?
an interesting choice, but go for it.
I don't know. I was thinking like we're going into a social situation and there's like code that you can do with a folding fan, and if it's made of iron, it hurts when you hit people with it.
Absolutely.
So,
I'm down for it.
I want to also though stipulate that Jonas is 100% going to be like drilling Tumbleweed on the way there. Like, this is what it means when you do this with the fan, and just like giving him a quick rundown of what you learn at finishing school, how to flirt with a fan.
As you do it, I'm going to do the same motions and movements with my wing.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that too.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think it would be hilarious if, like, I've been debating, should I either go hang glider and just go bananas? I know it'd be absolutely ridiculous, but I think it would be fun. The image of, like, people flying in the area is just funny to me.
Then we have to leave carrying the hand glider because we don't have someplace to launch it from.
Right? But yes, I'm sorry, Ted.
No, it's quite all right. So you guys would have had time to, prep and plot and plan. It was lunchtime meeting that you had, and the game is expected to be this evening. Obviously, Sugar had time to concoct a book and put some fake cipher in it so that there's some stuff going on. So you could have discussed, are you going there together so that you are seen together? Are you looking to arrive individually? What is the plan for your mob?
I would go together.
It's good to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So you arrive out at the Velvet Burrow. You've been given the passphrase by Clyde, and as is typical, the little thing slides open, and come on, where are you? A gruff voice answers. Password. You provide it. The door opens up. I believe the flamingo is the tallest amongst you. Yes.
Probably, yeah.
So you probably have to duck a little bit. With the name Burrow, you kind of understand that there's a certain clientele that tends to call this place home. It's in Scarborough. There's some stuff going on. So as you open the door, or as the door is opened for you, a very well-dressed porcupine, quite burly in his suit, stands at the door, and he gives you a thorough look over as each of you comes in. Do any of you have any visible weapons on you?
It depends on how they interpret my cane, but I'm an old man that walks with it.
A cane would not be, considered a visible weapon, but are you openly carrying any firearms or, straight razors or anything that is, clearly a weapon, solely a weapon, and is it, not hidden?
Nope.
All the above, but I would I would have concealed the stuff on my persons,
Yeah.
or at least
I am
attempted to.
feeling pretty happy about picking an iron fan right now, because I am carrying it very openly and nobody knows what it is.
Sure. All right. So,
So it might be hard to conceal a tire iron.
yeah, a tire iron is not something you would conceal.
So I don't think I have that, but it says I have supplies to make Molotov cocktails. I'm gonna assume I carry a flask on me, unless I get
a flask is not a weapon. All right. So if anyone wishes to have a weapon concealed, I'm gonna need you to roll sly. Commit a caper.
All right.
Let's roll it. I want to try to get my shotgun. Damn it, we're gonna do this, baby.
A shotgun?
What?
Double barrel. Don't ask me where I'm hiding it, alright?
He's from Australia. He might not know better.
So, crikey, it's just what we do. I got it. I have an 8.
All right. So what are you trying to conceal there, Dave?
You
Or
know,
should I say Rosa.
the usual things: dynamite, safe cracking tools, a Colt, M191, and straight razor.
All right. Do we determine this randomly, or do you wanna pick?
What they find.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess they find the gun.
All right. So you got it in a chest holster, and whatever you're wearing up top, you as you kind of get the once over, it's pressing up against your jacket too hard, and he stops, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna have to detain this.
Amigo, the city's a dangerous place. I just, need to protect myself.
That out there is fine, but in here,
What about my Second Amendment right? Do you hate our country? Do you hate God?
look,
Fine, and I put it on the bar or table.
that's the rules. So he scratches out, and I'm gonna say it. He grabs a quill, but he writes a note, and he looks for whatever mark or marking on the firearm to say what it is. It's like, you go to leave, you can get this back, but
the file it off serial number.
I mean, even if it's just like the make and model, like
yeah.
I
got you.
But he hands you your little slip ticket, kind of like a jacket claims, but it's for your weapon. But all right. So what about you there, Boomer?
So I rolled a 10 grand total, and I already declared before anything. I think I couldn't hide the tire iron.
Yeah, there's no hiding the tire.
So I'm not including that. I don't know how I'm doing the double barrel shotgun though.
Yeah, I think you're gonna need to tell me how that's hidden, because I can't fathom a way in normal attire and you can hide that. Like, if you came in with like a full-on like leather duster that's shoulders to ankles and it's closed, like Matrix style thing, like I could see somehow slipping that in behind your hip, but
He keistered it.
you can't keister something that big.
Yeah.
Listen, I seen this movie. Never mind.
No, I was gonna say I'm reminded of this thing that I saw in like R34. Never mind.
Well, there's one time in band camp. Oh no! So what I'm thinking about is this.
So if you've got a 10, a success, I'll let you, kind of sub out your shotgun for a pistol, unless you've got something good.
I want to be if you don't mind me retconning my decisions, can I just say I slipped in a tire iron instead? Like, I think
Sure.
I think that's more reasonable than a whole kablamo stick.
All right, so you've got a tire iron, and the way you're getting away with this, it is literally like underneath your jacket, slipped down, one side, like along your hip, and you are walking with an obvious limp, and you've concocted this concept so that you've got a weapon, but it's not exactly comfortable. But you've slipped it past, the porcupine.
Oh man, they don't call me down under for no reason, man. All right.
So Tumbleweed and Jonas, you guys trying to get anything by Nikki Needlepaws?
Nope. I've got my cane, I've got my bowler tie, and I've got my Sunday best.
All right.
I do a cheeky little wave with my fan because it looks like a fan.
He gives it a like an extra look, not looking like it goes with the rest of your ambiance, but he doesn't say a thing. Welcome to the Velvet Burrow. Gestures toward the go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say I salute him with it and give a little wink on my way by, being extra camp about it.
Sure. He gestures inside where everything is, as the name implies, velvet. Everything here is, lush and luxurious. The bar is made of rich woods, well polished. Standing behind the bar are, numerous shelves full of, as you can see, high grade liquors scaling up behind. Let's see here. There is a groundhog standing behind the bar, and you can see things kind of dancing in the lights. You can tell that some of the top shelf liquors are seriously top shelf. There is a jackrabbit on stage singing, and her voice comes out beautifully into the crowd. A handful of instrumentalists playing, softly behind her. There's a dance floor. There's tables to sit and drink or order a meal. But then you can see besides that there are several rooms, obviously doorways that lead off elsewhere. Everything extravagant and lovely here.
Wow. I don't think we even had things this nice out west. Y'all live the real high life down here. Up here. Down here? We're in a borough, but we're north.
I totally understand, amigo. This place is super fancy. I can't wait to play some cards.
You know what, Rosa? I bet you they have a bar with endless shrimp.
Now you're talking my language. I will begin searching for shrimp of the endless variety.
So there is no endless buffet or any of that kind of stuff, but there are waiters and waitresses. There are tables where people are placing food and drink orders. Most of the people that are here are dressed more higher end than a lot of you, but there are some people that are dressed the same or slightly less. It's not like you guys are standing out like a sore thumb or any of that stuff, but there's definitely some some peanuts are flowing in the room.
Well, Jonas, it seems we have landed even beyond the endless buffet sort of nice and gone well past it into the there is no such thing as a buffet here. Everything costs an arm and a leg and a pile of peanuts to go with it.
Seems like there's a certain degree of rich that you don't want to get to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I can kind of get used to this life.
I mean, we're all a boss of something, aren't we?
Yeah.
Once you think you reach the ceiling, it's a whole new sky.
So
I think we should I kind of lean in. I think we should spread out and case the joint and figure out where these books are going to be.
I agree. I think they probably aren't going to have it out in the open, really.
Yeah, we need to find an office or something.
Yeah, but which of us is sneaky?
The mission is it's going to be on a raccoon in a pinstriped jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have to get it from him without him knowing that you are getting it from him.
Do we see said raccoon in the place?
You do not. He is supposed to be attending the game.
The game.
Ooh.
Okay. In the back?
So
Okay.
you would surmise.
So, we need to figure out how to get in the back to get in the card game.
So are you trying to be quiet as you're saying the game or the back or any of that stuff?
Yes, I am being quiet. I am trying to be discreet.
He is, but I kind of look around and do one of these. Now, where do you think they're going to have that card game at? I fancy to play some Texas Hold'em.
So
They
as
used
you
to play up
mentioned,
north from where I'm from.
so as you so boldly say, ironically, a very well-dressed rabbit, kind of, is sauntering by. She looks like she is come in behind you, and she just kind of shakes her head. Honey, game's back there, as she walks past you and heads in the direction that she was pointing.
Well, darling, if you don't mind, I think I might just accompany you, seeing as my bodyguard does not know how to be discreet. And he, eyes Rosa, but, Rosa would probably... I don't know, you can decide if Rosa would know if this is kind of an act that's being put on a little bit or not. But...
So she turns and, she'll bow a little bit. The name's Dolly Hopper. Everybody calls me Dandelion. If you're gonna join the game, I'll be pleased to take your peanuts. And she offers out her paw.
And Arthur will take it and just kind of whatever is socially acceptable for his age versus her, because I'm not familiar with 1920s etiquette in that way. I know in the old days, 1800s, it's kiss the hand like she's royalty kind of thing. But whatever's
I mean,
appropriate.
you could do any of the above. You could shake her hand like it was just a firm handshake. You could do the whole, I just bow a little bit. You could kiss it. Any of these things would be kind of appropriate. She's not walking around like she's royalty. It's more like she thinks she's gonna win.
Right. And so I think Arthur would go with what would be a banker standard. So probably a little more professional, taking her hand and then just kind of bowing.
Sure. So she smiles at at your bow.
And I'm gonna nudge Jonas, and you heard Tumbleweed. Be a better bodyguard.
So tell me about yourself there. Is this your first time to the Velvet Burrow, I take it?
It is, in fact. I come from out west. The frontier, gold rush, all that stuff. And given the abundance of wealth out there, I found myself wanting to move somewhere where there was a little more comfort in my older age.
Ooh.
So this is definitely plushier than anything we have out there. Honestly, you get a seat cushion, and that's pretty plushy out west.
Well, it is much nicer out here, and there is definitely some lush comforts here. I don't know exactly what you're used to. I've never been out west.
It's rough. It's real rough, especially for the herbivores. Got the rattlesnakes running around out there, trying to own towns and fight with each other. You got
There's plenty of violence here, but you have to just know how to either keep away from it or keep the right people happy.
Yeah, I imagine that's probably a little difficult for a rabbit. Or, forgive me, maybe you have resources. I'm not sure.
Well, I do have some resources. I've won a fair bit here, so I've met a lot of people, and just kind of like lets it drop off. Clearly, like there's more, and you can tell like she's not going to elaborate.
Okay. Well, I must say that if I do happen to lose my money tonight, there are certainly worse, more unkind individuals I could lose to than you, ma'am.
Well, I appreciate the gesture. Your peanuts will have some great company.
And he'll just go with her to the back room.
So I imagine this conversation is happening as you're crossing the room. And it's not hard to see, like as you're conversing with her, that she definitely is possessed of social grace. She acknowledges other people in the bar with a wave or a nod or a quick hi, but in a way that it doesn't make you ever think that she's not paying attention to what you're saying, nor disrupt the flow of conversation. But you can gather just in crossing the room that she does know a lot of the people that are here. And you look around and you can see, there is, more things here that do fit that burrow theme. Rodents of all type. Hares, badgers, voles, marmots, other rabbits. So the name certainly implies a certain thing, but there are a handful of other things that stand out. That clearly are not burrows, not burrowing creatures. But most things that have come here, or most people who are here, are on the smaller end of the spectrum. You're not seeing any hippos or giraffes walking around. It would feel uncomfortable. Once Rosa is through the small door, there's still plenty of space overhead. As I said, it's a lush and luxurious place. It is just the doorway that's sized more for those akin to the space.
Right.
But as Dolly opens the back door, like she's done so numerous times, the atmosphere changes. The room is not quite as lush. The bar that is in the room is significantly smaller. The bartender Instead of being a burly groundhog, is a very lightly dressed rabbit. Her curves very much on display. Alcohol, definitely smaller options back here, but in this room there is one grand table. You see a well-dressed, clearly dealer, seated on one side, and this like three-quarter moon table that's all laid out, and there are a variety of seats already taken.
Do other people who are players have like bodyguards and people around them in this room, or not so much?
There are a couple people that are hangers on that are kind of standing further back. There are smaller tables and the like in here, but clearly the center of attention, is the game. And obviously no cards are being dealt. People are just engaged in conversation. You do see a small porcupine. You do see a raccoon in a pinstripe shirt or a pinstripe jacket. You see a very squirrely looking mouse, a rat, his eyes shifting, back and forth.
Okay. So when we get in there, Arthur will introduce to Dolly. He'll say, as you know, this is my bodyguard. And he gestures to Rosa. And this is my bodyguard. And he gestures to Boomer. And then he says, and this one here is my personal assistant. And he points to Jonas. Being of the on in years persuasion, it happens that I find myself sometimes needing a little extra help with certain things. So if you want these two to stand off, I understand, but I would like this one here to be right there with me in case I should need something.
That's no, never mind for me.
What do you mean, boss? I came to play some cards.
You know what? If you want to join the hand, you go right ahead.
So, those of you that wish to, kind of sit at the table, we're gonna introduce our little mechanic here.
Hey.
I've kind of been toying with some things. Dave and I discussed this the other night. We're gonna introduce some monetary, mechanics here. See how well this rolls. So, because you guys have done a job, I'm gonna say your peanut level, whatever terminology we're gonna call it, is gonna be at level 2. So that means you currently have a score of 0. So it's just gonna be the die roll to see whether you can put up your ante. So is it just Tumbleweed and Rosa that wanna sit in on the game?
I am standing as a consummate professional guard.
So if you like, there are things that you guys are going to be able to do during the game, even if you're not playing, because I've got some stuff for everybody. But just I just need to know who's actually seated at the table.
Is the raccoon in a pinstripe suit there?
Yes.
I will sit right next to him.
All right.
And because Jonas has the book that we need to swap out, Arthur will kind of do the subtle thieves' cant thing of noting to Jonas on the slide that is the guy.
Okay.
He may do something like compliment the guy's suit when he sits down, just oh, well, that is a very attractive suit. Who tailored that for you?
So he would give you the name of a business that's fairly local to where you guys are at.
I may just have to look them up.
So I wouldn't be playing myself. I would be on guard, but I would like
Sure.
to position if there is a liquor station of a small liquor station, like I'm not talking about like a whole bar.
Yeah, there
But-
there is a small bar in this back room that drinks
Yeah.
can be ordered so that somebody doesn't have to leave the room to refresh their beverage.
I say, hey, is it okay if I grab one? As I, point towards Tumbleweed, towards the thing.
Help yourself. Just
Thank
make
you.
sure you can drive us home.
Of course. I wouldn't be within Molotov making distance if I knew something about Molotov.
Listen,
You know
back
what I
then,
mean?
this is so far back. There was no drinking and driving. There was no driving drunk. That didn't
Right.
exist.
All right, so Tumbleweed and Rosa, just give me a dice roll, and this is at 0. So this is just dice.
Okay,
Alright.
my dice don't hate me now. Do doubles mean anything?
This is just to see what you got going on.
I got a 7.
All right,
I got a 9. If we're not
Alright,
adding
so you-
anything.
correct. You're just at dice.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, my brain is not working here. Give me a second.
I have double 4s too, if that matters.
Come on. All right, so you guys put up your ante, but you know that in so doing, if neither of you win, you're gonna have an issue. Something that you would need to buy or need to pay for is possibly not going to you're not going to have the funds for it. This is a high stakes game, and you're putting up a lot of peanuts. Sure, you've got a little bit of a windfall from starting your life of crime, but like, you are into that and more. So whether you owe somebody a favor or whether you're not going to have a bill paid, you're going to have problems if one of you doesn't win.
Okay.
Oof, there will be one winner.
Okay. Hopefully my dice treat me better than they were earlier.
All right. Come on. Where is that? All right. So this is going to take place over several hands. As people have the ability to kind of go back and forth. So your options, you're playing a game of cards, and Dave says he wants to play Texas Hold'em, so that's apparently what we're doing here. Now you can roll sly if you want to try and bluff, read your opponent, or hide your tells. For those of you that are standing off to the side, or if you want to do it at the table, you can roll awareness to spot the patterns or see if somebody is cheating. You can roll for moxie if you want to try and keep your composure or kind of push somebody into betting more, see if you can get somebody out of the game. And if you just want to kind of get all animal and go instinctual, maybe use some intimidation physically, you can roll wild. And there's going to be a slider bar. Successes with your checks are going to push people out of the game and move one of you guys closer to an actual victory. But if you fail your checks, that means something is going to be revealed, or you make a bad move, or something along those lines.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
So everybody sits down. There are the two of you as players and five other players at the table. So you got 7 who have put in the ante, and the crate of peanuts as it is quite a lot that you're looking at. Probably, other than Tumbleweed, who used to be a banker, it's probably more peanuts than any of you have ever really seen in one place. Like even when you guys scored and took stuff out of the safe, this is still more than that. So just like combat, you guys are the ones making the moves here. Who wants to do what?
All right, Sly, all the way.
All right. So are you trying to
Yo, I'm cheating.
tells? Oh, you're trying to straight up cheat. Okay.
What did you say
What could go
magnetism
wrong?
does?
What was that?
What did you say magnetism does?
I got nothing on magnetism, but
Okay.
I'll allow you to add magnetism to flirt and distract opponents.
Okay. I would like to do that, but I want to use wild because I have that intimidating feature from Goon. So
Okay.
how this manifests is Arthur is weirdly in his element here, probably more than anyone expected an old man aardvark to be, because he was a banker. He's like, this amount of peanuts is not a big deal to him. So he is just exceedingly confident in a way that's probably unnerving to everyone else.
Okay.
I got an 8, Ted.
All right. So that is going to be a mixed success or success with consequences. So you've got the needle moving in your favor, but you're trying to straight up cheat. You said so.
Yep.
All right. You're sitting next to the raccoon. Who's on your other side?
I don't know, whoever sat down there.
All right. So we'll say it's the weasel. Lucky Louie. Lucky Louie or Slippery Ricky, kind of figures out what's going on. Who knows what you're doing?
Did he say anything?
Let's give the stare. Let's give a heavy look. Right. I'm gonna do ye old intimidation. What do I want for that?
All right. Well, I need Dave to
Oh, sorry.
which one he's picking.
I understood what was happening.
Yeah, I thought you said that the weasel was on to me.
Either the weasel or the raccoon. Your pick.
The weasel.
Okay. He doesn't say anything, but he definitely gives you a look, and you kind of get the idea. It's an inkling. You don't know for certain, but you as the player do know that he saw something that you did was shady.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Jonas, what did you say you wanted to do?
I wanna intimidate somebody. I wanna lock eyes, stare at someone, and make them lose their nerve.
All right, so roll plus wild.
10.
What do you got?
Oh, 10. Sorry, I said it just didn't get through, I guess.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I did not hear it. I apologize. All right. So you are trying to intimidate. So as I said, there's five players.
One directly across from us.
Well, you're at a 3/4 moon table. The one
Ooh, okay.
across would be the dealer. I don't think you want to intimidate.
No, I don't want to intimidate the dealer. Not yet, anyway.
So there's a rat, a weasel, a raccoon, a porcupine, and then the one female rabbit.
The coon.
The raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is the dude that you're looking to get the book off of. So somehow you get this guy's eye and you give him a look, and he seems super unsettled at what is going on here, and he winds up like pushing some peanuts in and like discards a card, but he's like not looking at his hand when when he throws it away, and you can see that like he reacts poorly, and he just he discarded the wrong card, and he's very unsettled by it. Anybody else?
Yeah, if I can, since I'm not in the game, I want to. I don't know where this bar area is positioned in an area to be played in group. If I need to spend the marker to, I guess, edit a scene, or because I know I'm just going off the cuff with this, but like, I think it's necessary to spend the marker, in my opinion.
What are you looking to do?
Well, knowing what I know now, I would say to the people, like, hey, yo, look, if there's a bar area back there, depending on the drink I order or what I have in my hands, is good hand, bad hand, yeah, type deal, you know what I mean? Like, if I have a water in my hands, yeah, it's a safe bet for you to challenge. If the person has a really strong hand, I have something that's a few ingredients shy of a Molotov cocktail in my other hand. You know what I mean?
All right, so you want to set up a signal to your allies, and you're going to try and observe what the other players have. All right, so that's going to have to be roll awareness. To see the other hands. I mean, I don't know how many movies you've watched about, gamblers, but a lot of times, especially in group settings, it's like they peel up just the corners of the cards. So you're going to have sharp eyes to see what they got going on.
Understood, buddy. I think I earned XP, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With awareness +2. So yeah, it's 8 total for me.
All right, so you can get one player's hand from where you're seated. Who do you want to look at?
The person, I guess I guess it makes sense for it to be the person that we're targeting, Mr. Ricky Raccoon.
All right, so Slim Ricky, Slippery Ricky, what is his name? Ricky Slim Balls. So he has an absolute crappy hand. you know, his card has been discarded. You know, as you get to kind of trade out, and you can see like he clearly had tossed a good card to get a crappier card. Now, if that's because of some other stuff going on, or maybe he's playing some kind of longer game, or maybe he just don't know what he's doing.
Anyone observant enough will see me sipping on some water.
Now, I will say that, you know, your complication is that your positioning has been observed by the rabbit in the room, the Dolly that had a conversation with Tumbleweed, and she seems to know what you got going on, and she definitely shifts her chair so that her cards are not anywhere close to visible, and anytime she goes to move her cards, she is now even more cautious looking around the room.
I pay it no mind. Like, oh, you must have been uncomfortable. But I just continue sipping on my nice water.
All right.
I'm just kind of curious why I ordered an array of drinks and I'm only sipping the water right now, but I'm just pacing myself. I tell them I'm just pacing myself for the night. I'm a responsible driver.
I don't think anybody is specifically paying attention to what you're ordering, other than the bartender, and as long as you're putting the peanuts up, she don't care what you're asking for. All right, did everybody have a chance to do something?
I rolled, but I didn't tell you about it yet.
Okay, all right, what do you got there?
So make sure I'm interpreting this correctly, because I got a 5 on the enemy die, a 6 on the neutral die, and a 12 on the ally die. So that's a 1 boss showing with doubles, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You would have double 6s and the boss on the 12.
Okay, yes. So I have just 1 boss showing, but I have doubles.
Okay. So for this, I mean that's what is your total?
So that's 12 plus 3 for 15.
15.
I did as well as I can do in the start, so it can only go downhill from here.
Sure. All right. So doubles out of 15, that's a critical success. With the ally boss, you're gonna get a marker back. And what specifically were you looking to do? Were you looking to flirt here?
I was looking to intimidate, through just sheer confidence, like brazenness, like from an unexpected place, essentially. Like, how when somebody walks in the room, you expect them to be one way, and then they're actually a totally different way, and it just throws everybody in the room off.
Look at the balls on that armadillo.
Yeah, basically.
They're huge.
All right, so I'm gonna say, you force a standoff at the end of this first round, and the weasel, what was his name? Lucky Louie, comes down to you two. And he seems confident. He pushes all his peanuts in based off of your vibe, and you flip over the cards, and at first it looks like you got nothing, but it all aligns with that last card, and he's out of the game.
Hey.
So one player completely down. One player who's lost a decent amount through poor placement, but all right, so that is the first round of cards has resulted in Lucky Louie, grabbing the stuff, and he tosses a couple of peanuts, from his pocket towards the dealer and towards the bartender, and he gives you a look, and put your peepers to work.
Okay. This is not
anybody else
great.
Anybody else that wants to roll as well, feel free.
That's not great.
I'm rolling hot, baby.
I got an 8.
10, 11.
This many.
Well, a 2.
Because I
That's
have 3 minus 1.
oh. All right, so that's going to be an XP. Enjoy.
Hey. I told you it was
success.
only downhill from here.
Sure. Success with consequences. There's no real consequences, but you don't pick up on everything. The complete success. Lucky Louie definitely gives a look like, this ain't over.
Oh,
But for you, Boomer, there's another who's got a look, and that is Dolly. Looks completely impressed at the armadillo's play of the hand.
I note that mentally. Like I'm like, Boomer. I get it, man. That's how I'm playing it in my head.
All right, so the second set of cards are dealt. Who wants to do what?
I'm gonna do
Keep
the same
playing.
thing.
So you're gonna try and intimidate somebody else?
Yeah, like it's been working well, so let's go for it.
All right, who are you pointing at? There's
Oh shit!
there's the rat, there's the raccoon, there's the porcupine, and then there's the rabbit.
I would like to target the rat next.
All right.
And can I don't know if this is an extra thing or if I need to do it on a different turn, so you tell me. I want to signal to Jonas that like soon is the time to do the book swap.
Okay. That can be done, here, not a problem.
Okay, cool.
So, who do you want to do the book swap? Like Sly is my style.
Oh, but you're playing. Do you feel comfortable doing that while playing?
Yeah,
Okay.
By all means.
Then go for
but you
it.
may change your mind after I reveal my role. How do you guys feel? I got a 5 with triple 1s.
Oh!
Wow.
So I was kind of hoping you were going to do really well on this one. I'm going to spend
Yeah.
a marker to succeed. Because I did not do much better than you. I got a 4.
Well, I'm happy I finally got that.
4 plus 3, it's 7. It's not awful, but I want to I really want to succeed at this, so I'm going to spend a marker for it.
All right. Well, I mean, you just got a marker back, so it's all right. So who are you looking to intimidate?
The rat.
You're gonna intimidate the rat. All right.
Yes.
So as you kind of glare at this rat after having just knocked the ferret out, the weasel, you can see that he is certainly given, he's not looking at you. He's definitely doing the shifty eye. So there's something going on, with that. That you did that as a success, so it's gonna denote this here. Where is the damn number? Thank you. All right, so Dave, you said you're taking the fail. What were you attempting to do?
I was trying to cheat, of course.
Oh.
All right, so you were trying to just blatantly cheat, and
Yes.
and you failed.
Yes.
So the dealer, looks at you and signals to, or basically orders a weird drink from the bar. And you're like, you at first don't think anything of it, and you think you got away from it. You think you got away with it when the porcupine that you first met, Nicky Needlepaws, comes in the room, grabs you by your the shoulder of your jacket. It says, this one's peanuts have been forfeit, as he starts hauling you from the room.
All right. So as soon as he kind of like approaches me, I want to I'll start struggling right away, and start bumping up against pinstripes and anyone that's near me, and I'm gonna try and make the exchange now.
Okay.
In fact,
That's brilliant.
I'll double down. Like, if you're gonna struggle, and if you walk past the bar at any point, I'm gonna get a little closer. You can bump into me, wow, pour the drink on me. Thank you. Call me buddy, what the hell?
All right. So are you attempting to break it up?
Yeah, I want to help out.
All right. So roll plus lie.
I don't think I'm able to help you, buddy. But it's the thought that counts.
What'd you get?
Grand total 3.
Oh, you
3.
got it.
All right,
You got XP.
So you got XP. Your consequence is going to be you have invoked the ire of Needlepaws here. Let's see what you're playing.
Buddy, I'm the victim here.
That is a 12 to make the swap.
All right, so you have successfully made the swap.
And I'm yelling at random, you haven't seen the last of me! I'll burn this establishment to the ground! You're racist!
So he physically hauls you out the door, comes back, and does the same thing to Boomer.
Buddy, my drink! As I go by.
As you make impact with the hard pavement outside, the pair of you take 2 points of damage.
All right.
And Arthur will just lean over to Dolly and say, good help is very hard to find out here.
I look over the Boomer. Sorry, I look over
I don't
to
know if it's
Rosa.
been invented yet, but we high five.
Yeah, so me and Rosa would totally high five, and I'm like, wait in the car, stay warm.
Hey, no, Boomer, let's go have some fun. Let's celebrate. We aced this. Let's go get a drink at a real establishment with regular sized doors.
After we get it, after we get our teammates, no man left behind, no person left, no animal left behind, man.
Man,
Let's
have
go
you
shooting
seen the way Tumbleweed is? He could be in there for hours, and that's just walking to the door.
Yeah,
We go, we get a drink, we come back. It'll be great. Loosen up a little bit. The wheel will feel much better.
Nah.
All right, Jonas, is there anything you want to do this round?
As far as I'm concerned, we already got the book we needed. All right, but we still have to win, or we're gonna be screwed, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you don't win, 2 of you are going to have some complications.
All right, I will continue to give the stink eye.
All right. And,
Okay, we have 11 this time.
all right, that is going to be a strong success. And who are you giving this stink eye to?
Who else left?
There is a rat, a rabbit, and a porcupine.
Yeah, let's go with the porcupine, because if I'm not mistaken, he was the one that's been like causing trouble for my buddies, and I feel like that tracks and is believable.
Well, there's the porcupine who is the bartender. Sorry, not the bartender, the bouncer, and there's a porcupine that's just part of the table.
Am I about to racially profile this person I'm playing cards with? Absolutely. Let's go.
All right, so with two, in levels of intimidation, there's some more issues and more errors had, and over the next 2 rounds, the rat and the porcupine wind up having some issues, making some poor choices, and they are out of the game. It's now down to Jonas, Ricky, and Dolly.
Okay. I'm just gonna stick with the same strategy, by the way. This has been working okay for me. Let's just run with it.
All right.
Okay. So that's 2 plus 5, 7 plus 3. That gives me a 10 exactly.
All right. And I assume you're going after Ricky?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right. And what are you doing there, Jonas?
I keep forgetting that the thing that mutes my mic is on my cord. Yeah, I guess I also play through the same way. I continue to do the staring. I did not roll nearly as well this time.
Are you staring at Ricky or Dolly?
Ricky, I like Dolly and I don't want to mess with her. So 9.
9. All right. So Jonas, you wind up losing this round, but you do so kind of spectacularly as Ricky is kind of put out. And he's like, I didn't need this game anyway. I got my own score to settle. And he, as others have done, he throws a handful of peanuts to the dealer and to the bartender. He goes over to Dolly. I assume you were gonna win this one anyway, and he takes her paw, kisses the fingers, and heads out of the room.
Oh.
And then there were 2.
Tumbleweed will look at Dolly at this point and he'll say, Darling, you've been nothing but kind to me this whole evening, and I mighty appreciate that. And as a gentleman, I feel it's only right to offer you that if you want, we can call it here and split the pot between us.
Well, I do say that is a mighty fine and fair offer, but I will tell you that I told you in the beginning that I was going to take your peanuts, and yet you sat down to play anyway.
That's fair enough.
How about we do as they say and let the cards lie where they lie?
That's fair enough.
Really like her.
I do too. Like, this is a great NPC. I kind of want her to come back again. Okay, I got this.
Now skin this rabbit.
So can you please remind me again what we can do? Because I'm on the fence if I want to intimidate her.
Sure. So you can use sly if you want to bluff, cheat, read your opponent or hide your tells.
Mhm.
You can use awareness to spot patterns or to spot somebody else cheating. You can use moxie for maintaining your composure and for, pushing bets, try to make somebody, over or under their set. You can use wild to try to rely on, pure instinct and, intimidation, or, use magnetism to flirt and distract yourself.
Okay. I'm going to go for wild, but I'm doing the instinct side. I'm not intimidating her. Because Arthur is a gentleman.
Sure. So you're trying to get into that, that base nature of sure.
Right.
Let's call it what it is. Heart of the cards.
Listen to the heart of the cards. You gotta move. Okay.
All right, man. Don't.
Okay. Ah. So it's good. It's good.
All right. I like good.
It's an 11 and a 12 and a 4. So that's 11 plus 12 is going to turn into 5 plus 6. So that is 11.
Yep.
Plus my 3 for 14.
That is crazy good.
Uh-huh. Does she do better?
Well, I'm the Zookeeper. I don't roll dice.
Oh, that's right.
This is not a roll off. All right. So what is Jonas doing here?
Wow, I was muted again. I'm sorry. I'm honestly not willing to mess with her. Yeah, I'm gonna do my job and stand here and aid my client. No, I don't have a roll this round. I wouldn't feel good about that.
All right, so I'm gonna just kind of go back and forth with Tumbleweed. Then, if there's something that happens and you want to interject,
by all
let me know. So, since it is just down to the two of you, I'm gonna say that is the first success, and she won the last one. So the things were in her favor. They're now moved back to the middle. So what do you do?
So Arthur is going to look at his hand, and he sees he has a really, really good hand.
All right.
And he looks at her one more time, and he's like, "Last chance."
You're too kind, but I'm comfortable with what I'm sitting on.
All right. It has been a pleasure this evening. And he kind of like nods,
Mm-hmm. All right, so it's basically I'm playing this kind of like a tennis situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's at a neutral state. If you can get it into your favor and win, that's what it's going to take. So you got to get two more successes without a failure.
Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm going to spend a marker.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a marker to succeed.
All right. So, the pot has moved heavily in your direction over the course of the next several hands. And she's looking a little tense at the situation. Almost like she didn't get a good read on what's there. What stat were you rolling?
I was still rolling wild.
Okay, all right. So potentially, last roll of the card game.
Yeah.
What are you looking into? As she looks nervous as she gets her cards for the round.
Oh, he's still sticking with wild all the way. This is
okay.
He's in the zone. I'm kind of imagining that last time, since I had to spend a marker, because I got an 8, right? So it wasn't like bad, but it was like not a success, and I really want to get this. So
sure.
I'm kind of picturing like he didn't have the hand he wanted, but then she really didn't have the hand she wanted. So it was kind of like that
It was a close win, not a landslide.
Right, and so now, oh, that's cocked. Hold on. Okay. So I got kind of the reverse. So I got another 5 and 6, but this time it's the 11 and the 6 space. So
Sure.
So that plus my 3 is another 14.
All right. So what does it look like as you take this pot?
So Tumbleweed looks at her and he looks at the cards and he kind of like does this little like old man grumpy grunt, like you're not really sure what he's got, and it's probably on her to lay her cards down first, and she's got a pretty decent hand, right? And then Tumbleweed looks at her, he looks at his cards, and then he lays them out and he says, "It's a pleasure doing business with you, man."
And she loses graciously, clearly in a way that the amount of money that she just lost is not a big deal to her. Is what your takeaway is. Either that or she's really good at hiding it. And it's now been probably over the course of the evening. This has probably been a good couple hours of play for the lot of you, and with the pot, a portion of that was left with the house to pay for drinks and the staff, but you are slid over the crate, and you as the player have a choice to make right now. You can balance the scales, and have no consequences for you or Dave, or Rosa is going to have financial complications, and you can increase your peanuts to 3.
So what
Not
kind of a leader would I be if I said I looked out for the little guy and I did not help Rosa? So he is absolutely going to balance it out.
Okay.
And then, but when he does, he's going to look at Rosa and he's going to say, "And we did it without the little amigo."
That is true, but I had my big amigo. I pat you on the back. Thank you so much. I did not have to want to explain to Wabba Wabba what happened to the rent money again.
So, there is a unexpected complication of being hoisted from the Velvet Burrow. Your piece was not returned to you, Rosa.
Yeah, that's all right.
Figured I'd let you know in case that was not picked up on.
Those bastards stole my gun and my money.
Well, to be fair, Tumbleweed's got your money. Most.
Do Jonas and I notice that they haven't given Rosa his gun when they kicked him out, or do we know that?
I don't think you would notice.
You're in the back room.
Okay.
You were in the back room, and he was visibly, thrown on his arse.
Okay, valid.
Ooh, I'll burn the place down later. Not a big deal. When Jonas isn't looking.
What do Boomer and Rosa do for the last hour, or what did they do the last hour?
I think we pull out our flasks and start just kind of like get pre-gaming.
Yo, cheers.
Okay. Are you walking around the city drinking publicly?
No. We got the we're in the getaway car.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we were gonna be discreet.
Okay.
That's
is there any...
I'm a law-abiding citizen. Drinking is illegal.
Listen, I'm very discreet with my drinking, just not my dynamite.
Is there anything specifically that you wanted to do, or you just sit there and drink and wait for your companions to return?
There was a specific thing I wanted to do, but
What's up?
Boomer is such a buzzkill. And wouldn't go to a real establishment and drink with me because he's like, "What in case they need to get away real fast? I'm the driver. I gotta drive." Blah, blah, blah.
It's true. It's true.
So, all right. A little while later, Tumbleweed and Jonas, step out of the Velvet Burrow.
We're also going to be discreet so like they're not seen like getting in the car with us too. Like we don't want to be like late.
Yeah.
Right.
Since we're not well liked in there anymore.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
Sure. So when you regroup, what happens? What transpires?
We go back to we've been hanging out at Tumbleweed's place.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the coffee table that this all started over? The
Mhm.
kitchen
Correct.
table? Yeah, I would suggest we go back there and I kind of pat my chest or wrap my knuckles on the chest and you hear the thud of a book.
Mhm.
So, you did not get your gun back.
No, that's okay.
Can they trace it to you?
Can who trace it to me?
Anyone?
It doesn't have any serial numbers anymore. I didn't exactly get it the legal way, and it's not even from this country.
All right. Well,
Also, you guys have I don't think you guys have ever seen me use my gun anyway.
yeah. Well, is it gonna be missed?
No, I think I'll manage. Matter of fact, you guys are like, you have a gun? Why are you always throwing dynamite in confined spaces?
So, yeah, Tumbleweed will host everybody. He has a plate of cornbread that he made earlier in the day. He makes surprisingly good cornbread.
Tumbleweed. This cornbread is surprisingly good.
My old grandma's recipe.
You should open a bakery. I hear there's a place that needs to be renovated downtown.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
That'd be great for you.
You know, somehow I feel like there's been enough boom boom over there that no one needs to be triggered.
Boom. As I used to hear, boom. What? What?
So, so this is what all the fuss was. Slap the book down on the table.
So you've got the book from Ricky. You dropped off a knockoff into Ricky's possession so that hopefully there's no issues. Now all I have to do is get back in touch with Clyde and let him know that you've got the book.
And I think that is a great job for Sugar to do since she was not here for this.
So question is, do you want to kind of end here with having next session be the start of a meeting with Bunny and Malone, or was there something else that you guys wanted to do?
I'm cool either way.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll hopefully be able to have Jezi join us next time as we get into an actual meeting with one Bunny Malone, a uprising mafia star here within Scarborough. So as is the deal, you can always go down to the description below and find the links of where you're going to find all these wonderful people when they're not joining us here. You can always head over to nerdarchy.com and check out all of the Zoo Mafia content that's going over. Every Saturday I post a new one. This Saturday might very well be the mechanics that I showcased tonight in regards to a nice peanut or money system to be able to have monetary, ebbs and flows and what have you. You'll have to wait and see what shows up. And as always, until next time,
Stay nerdy.
Oh, nerdy.